Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe. This is the second video in the series of mountain biking at Cuyahoga National Forest. We are on the jump line slash expert line. If you haven't watched the first video in this series, I strongly recommend watching that. If you've never been here, that's the point of the videos that I'm making here. There's not a lot of information on this trail system anywhere out there. It's kind of confusing how to get to the trails, how to run them, and so I'm kind of doing my best to help you all out. In that first video, I give some context on how to get to the trails once you've parked up, kind of what days you should run them, etc., etc. Now, this jump line is a one-way downhill for all intents and purposes, a couple miles, and it is the same direction any day of the week until you get to the bottom of this system. We'll talk about more about that in a second. Now, just so you know, I am what I would consider a average mountain biker talent-wise. This is the second time that I've ever ridden this trail when I'm videotaping it, and all of the jumps are rollable. Some of them you might have to slow down quite a bit to get the roll, just the way that they're set up. But if you can hit a tabletop jump with a little bit of a gap, you're going to have an absolute blast on this trail system. It's really hard, packed dirt, breaks loose a little bit on the top, almost kind of a sandy feel, if you will. And check my camera angle here. And so run some air out of your tires a little bit, get a little extra grip. Again, for context, I'm running a 2018 Transition Sentinel with DHF in the front and Aggressor in the rear. We're going to ride this trail for quite a bit. There are some turnouts. I think that's just, honestly, I think it's if you get hurt and you need to backtrack out with having to go all the way to the bottom, they're not actually like a trail that you would want to go ride. You want to take this all the way down to the bottom. There'll be some signage that you'll see that we'll talk about at the end, but definitely a very fun trail to run. I'm videoing on my second run ever on this. Alright, there's a couple switchbacks right here, and I'm pretty cooked at this point, so I walked up them, and we're at the top here. Once I go around this corner, you're going to see a sign for one of those turnoffs to another trail. There's two of those signs on this trail system. Don't worry about those. You want to keep going on the expert trail system. As we approach the bottom of this trail, you're going to see that it converges right at the end of the Lamb Loop downhill Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday direction. Well, it merges at both, honestly, but you're going to want to ride this, in my opinion, even though this trail is single direction no matter what day it is. The climb out is directional depending on the day, and you're either going to have a 1.5 mile climb out or a 4 mile climb out, and I would highly recommend doing the 1.5 mile climb out, not the 4 mile climb out. And you can see that climb out section on my first video at the end of the Lamb Loop run.